What's up, guys? SoulCalibur here, and today we're going to react to 3 videos by Lore, and these videos are called Fable, SoulCalibur, and Elder Scrolls. Now, these guys made tons of animated videos that talks about either video games or etc. Now, I like playing video games, and after I came across these 3 videos, some of them are retro, which some of you may know these games, some of you may not. The way this video starts, it tells the story about the beginning, how it started, and etc. So, but yeah, if you guys want to check out the original videos, the link will be on subscriptions down below. And if you guys want to check out Lore's channel, it will be down here as well. So, yeah, let's just check out these videos. So, first up we're going to react to is Fable. So, let's get to it.
Once upon a time, a government known as the Court was doing, quite frankly, a terrible job of ruling the land of Albion. When the citizens refused to bow to their wishes, the Court, comprised of the Knight, Jack, and Queen of Blades, punished their people by scorching the earth, raising the ocean, and eventually driving whoever was left into madness. Luckily, a blacksmith and his lady friend had a boy and named him William, possessing powers of the mind, which would come to be known as the powers of will. Possible pun, moving on. William was transported into the void, where he defeated Jack and stole from him the magical Sword of Aeons. The sword spoke to Willie, promising to help him defeat the Court in exchange for his soul. William agreed, and with the Court now defeated, William became the newly crowned King and Archon, unifying Albion at last. Albion prospered under 1,000 years of peace, but William's children grew restless with the power of will granted to them by their bloodline and turned to terrorizing the land. Willie, weak from his battles with the Court, was unable to stop them and disappeared. Without their leader, Albion became corrupted. Fortunately, it turns out that William was in hiding, taking up the identity of Scythe, a wise old man. With his assistance, a bandit named Nostro used his powers to force peace on a kingdom descended into chaos. Nostro is later corrupted by his power and poisoned by an assassin, but the Heroes Guild continues to thrive after his death. Many years later, a heroine from the guild known as Scrroll, a direct descendant of the Archons, gives birth to a son who would become the hero of Oakvale and set off the events of Fable. Have fun.
I'm starting liking this guy. He's starting to throw puns on there. The reason why I chuckled about the word heroin is because I'm thinking about the drug heroin. But yeah, I have played Fable since when it first came out on Xbox, the original. And it was pretty fun and all. I have beaten the game. But once you beat the Xbox One game of Fable, it only gets you into this one little temple. It tells your timeline on the pictures on the walls, and it just wouldn't let me get out or no nothing. You're just stuck in that area, nothing to do. It was like, okay, you're done playing the game. You can run over you want, but you can't do shit. But luckily they rebooted the game and they added more into the storyline. And you don't have to get stuck by that one little area anymore. You can run around any places you want to go. Because in the beginning of the map, it did show like you're supposed to go to this one area, but you never did. Finally, when they rebooted it, they allow you to go to that place. And plus, a new map you've never been in before. So, yeah, I love Fable. I played Fable 1, the original, then Fable 1 again, but rebooted it. Fable 2 and 3. Fable 1 was like neutral. I mean, it was pretty normal, but Fable 2 and 3 was pretty awesome and it was epic too, but some of the parts got weird too. I mean, there were some parts that it goes over my head. I mean, it's just, to me, some of it was just dumb. But so far, it's still my favorite, and it's pretty cool. So, alrighty, let's check out the next video. SoulCalibur.
One day in an alternate universe, the Soul Edge was an ordinary happy sword, but the blood and hatred of centuries past gained the blade a demonic soul called Inferno. Legend tells that those who try to wield the Soul Edge are consumed and driven insane by its power, a warning that really should be paid attention to, but most people are rarely that smart. King Algol, first known bearer of the Soul Edge, was strong enough to conquer it, but his jealous son Arcturus was not. Eventually possessed, Arcturus was slain by his dad out of necessity, and the king, driven by vengeance, sacrificed himself to create the holy blade known as SoulCalibur, the only weapon that could possibly destroy the demon within Soul Edge. In the 16th century, the crafty and shape-shifting Soul Edge resurfaces as a pair of twin blades aboard the ship of Captain Cervantes Cervantes de Leon. Possessed by their power, Cervantes slaughters his entire crew and chills in a Spanish port town, which he also massacred for about 25 years. It's at this point that a holy warrior named Sophia appears and is able to destroy the smaller of the two blades, while a demon huntress named Taki also shows up and kills Cervantes himself. With Cervantes no longer in control, a young man named Siegfried, broken and deranged after accidentally beheading his father, finds Soul Edge and is easily possessed, assuming the role as the Azure Knight Nightmare and devoting his life to consuming souls. What a great guy. With 7 games about 2 swords, the warriors who are after them, and a dynamic breast physics system, how can you go wrong? Have fun.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, and the storyline, I never thought of that. I mean, I never understand the game until, well, she explained it. I mean, SoulCalibur was pretty fun. I played the 1995 version. It was on the PlayStation 1. I mean, it was pretty fun, and it's like Mortal Kombat, but like fantasy, alongside with Cardinal Sin, which no one ever talks about that. But I would, since I'm a big fan of that game. But yeah, I played the very first one, and that was pretty much it. But I didn't know they made a sequel to it, because they added like a few more characters into the video, which I noticed. There's a lot of action that was going on in that game. But there's this one character, I kept on laughing my ass off, that one character you probably saw earlier on the video. Once you end up battling her, she has one of those remover. Like all women would do, they would be pansies and kick a man's balls. Yeah, she literally kicked characters in the balls. No matter if you're a woman or a man. She'll kick you and then you'll go down. And then she'll go, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was laughing my ass off. I was like, I can't believe this bitch kicked my character. But if you guys haven't played that game, I advise you to play it, because it is so fun. And if you guys want those types of people who likes fantasy and Mortal Kombat and etc., this would be the perfect game for you guys. But yeah, speaking about fantasy, let's go watch the other video, the Elder Scroll.
Once upon a time in the mystical land of Tamriel, the benevolent ruler of Cyrodiil, Emperor Uriel Septim VII, is secretly usurped and banished to oblivion by none other than Jagar, the king's most trusted advisor. However, our hero is able to oust Jagar by traipsing throughout the provinces of Tamriel and gathering pieces of the mystical MacGuffin staff, which is never heard about or seen again despite all the BS. Years later, a new hero is hired by Uriel Septim to sail to Daggerfall and investigate numerous mysterious goings-on. Once arrived, Sir or Madam Hero discovers a plot to reactivate a humongous fancy mecha. After deciding who gets control over Optimus, in the end it turns out all possible endings are canon, except for the one where the robot goes berserk and Goomba stomps the whole of Tamriel. A few more years later, a disease known as the Blight is sweeping across the northeastern province of Morrowind. Papa Uriel, using the same kind of ingenious logic he used when he appointed his Grand Vizier, chooses to send a convicted criminal to solve the problem. Shockingly enough, though, the criminal hero manages to stop the Blight Kratos style by killing the local evil god. High fives all around. Funnily enough, this wouldn't be the last time someone's released from prison to save the day, but this time, old Uriel is assassinated by a cult that pulled its name straight out of the emo poetry of a high school girl. Fortunately, our hero, Martin Septim, is able to stop the invasion and save Tamriel from certain ruination. Of course, now it's time for the new Elder Scrolls game, and it's the doomiest one yet. Alduin, the Nordic aspect of Akatosh, the dragon god of time, has returned to destroy the current riffraff and begin a new dragony-filled world. However, our latest hero is the last of the Dragonborn, a person born with the soul of a dragon, who might be able to save the day by defeating the god of time and his army of gigantic, evil dragon spirits who eat entire towns much larger than you on a regular basis. Have fun. Oh, and if you're wondering why the Elder Scrolls are significant, they kinda aren't.
You know, this guy got a point on that one. I mean, there's really not much to say on that one. But yeah, in my last video, I have explained that I have played Oblivion, and it was pretty fun. But the only part that I just hate was the zooming in into the face. It was like, you don't have to talk to the person and then zoom right in and say, "Welcome. Have you having a nice day?" I just don't like that at all. So, but the action and the adventure was just amazing. I mean, it was pretty fun. The color was a little bit flat, but luckily they ended up proceeding the game and made Skyrim and plenty more further on. I mean, to think, having all that power, that has to be the most amazing thing of them all. It would be so awesome if you actually have it in reality. I mean, you get to throw fireballs, you get to throw ice, summon characters, and you get to go Star Wars on their ass by electrocuting them. But yeah, for the Elder Scrolls, they don't talk much about that. I mean, they just I don't know why, but they just don't mention any of that. They say, oh, you gotta pick up the scroll. It's very important. And it's for this time and this time. It doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it's pointless. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, comment below, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, do whatever. And if you guys want to check out the original videos, the link will be in the subscription down below alongside of Lore's page, channel, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, thanks for watching.